Welcome to Happy Wife, Happy Life.
We're your hosts. I'm Kendahl Landreth.
And I'm Jordan Myrick.
And we are two incredibly unqualified,
but deeply in love comedians who are here to help you with all things relationship. And on today's episode, we're discussing if love really is blind. Hi, Kenny.
Hi, Jord.
You know, I always am like, how are you? How's your week? But this week I feel like I really mean it because I've seen you almost not at all.
No, I've literally seen you not at all. In fact, this week I started to have one of those moments where I really am like, wow, I'm such an introvert, because I was going on like day 5 of really not seeing a single person. And I didn't realize.
And not caring?
Not to be honest.
Not missing me at all?
No, it's like once someone's in front of me, I'm like, oh, it's so good to see you. And when you'd get home from work, I'd be like, oh my God, it's so good to see you. No, of course. But I would be like talking to myself.
Sure.
And then I would be like, this is getting really sad, Kendahl.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I'm doing a lot of work I've had a lot of work recently that is on my laptop that takes a really long time. That's just me like on my laptop.
Say what it is. You don't have to give details, but you can't just say what it is a little bit for the people?
Oh, maybe I'm working on a little project.
That's it. You're being really coy.
Yeah.
You've said it all on the Patreon. Is it just for the Patreon?
That's the only thing that people are subscribed to the Patreon for.
Okay, all right, that's private. You'll never know what Kendall's little project is until it's out. I, on the other hand, was on set all week. I shot something on Monday that I can't tell you about, sorry, but then we had Good Mythical Evening, which is like the Good Mythical Morning live streamed raunchy nighttime show that we do once a year.
Yeah.
And I had that, so I had rehearsals for that every day, and then we shot that last night. And now we're here.
And on top of that, you more than any person, except your mother, is the same exact way. It does not matter how busy your day has been. It could be 9 o'clock after you've been out of the house all day, and I get a text that's like, hey, Queen, I'm going to see a movie. I'm like, and your mom is the same way. Jordan's mom is a ICU nurse. She will get off a shift in her scrubs and go see a movie.
Yeah.
At like 2 a.m. It's insane.
I love it. Yeah, my mom will get off at like 10 and then go see like a 10:50 movie. But I get it. For me, a movie is such a nice way to relax. I can't be on my phone. I can't be talking. I just have to sit in the quiet, in the air conditioning, my favorite thing, with a big Coke Icy and just focus on one thing. It's so relaxing.
But so you've been to a bunch of movies this week too. I just feel like, we haven't seen each other. What's something that you did this week that I didn't know about?
Something that you didn't know about.
That I missed.
I went to see Good Boy Wednesday night, which is the dog horror movie. I knew that. And talked with the cashier about BDSM.
You love him.
No, different person. There's a guy that works at our AMC. If you're listening to this, what's up, my king? I love him. He works at the AMC near me. He's so nice and very cool. And is just, I don't know, just like is a fan, but is like so nice and respectful and chill. So now we've developed a rapport, and now I'm like, oh, we're just like both people that live in my community. I love him. It wasn't him. It was a new person.
Okay.
My friend Ty was getting pretzel bites. It doesn't matter at all. My friend Ty was getting pretzel bites, and the person was like, oh, what are you seeing? We were like, oh, we're seeing Good Boy. They were like, it's interesting. There was a movie that came out in like 2022 called Good Boy that was about a billionaire who keeps a like man with a dog mask in his basement, and he makes him act like a dog in like a BDSM sex kind of way. And we were like, oh, interesting. And then I could tell that the cashier felt nervous that maybe we were two BDSM people.
Yeah.
And was like, not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I think that all kinds of communities are beautiful and different, and then kind of tried to like backtrack. And then we were like, oh.
He said, no, show me a picture of the man in your basement with a dog mask.
Yeah, we don't do that. Don't worry. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah. But the movie was crazy. Oh. And then I looked it up, and there's about 5,000 different movies with the name Good Boy.
Well, I think I thought that you were only allowed to name something once.
Sure.
Like, I've always been like, oh, if the book title's taken, you can't use it. It's illegal. But then I was in Barnes & Noble the other day, and there was a book that was just called Lover. And I was like, there's no way. No one's ever. And of course, it's like, no, there's millions of books called that.
My guess is that you can probably trademark like a phrase.
Yeah.
So like Downton Abbey or...
But like, think of like Pride and Prejudice. There's so many Pride and Prejudice and zombies. Pride and Prejudice and...
But they're
Prejudice. What did I just read? Pride and Prejudice in Philadelphia or something?
But the difference about most of those is that they are still Pride and Prejudice, so it's based off that actual work. I think the thing with like Good Boy is like there's a million movies and none of them are the same. They're not really. They're all just called Good Boy. Yeah. But I think Good Boy is such a generic phrase you probably can't trademark it. Like I don't think we would be able to trademark Happy Wife, Happy Life because it's like such a normal pre-existing phrase.
Couldn't we technically call this podcast Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?
What? Why?
Because I
what do you
heard
mean?
that Mickey
What do you
Mouse...
mean couldn't we technically do that? Why would we even want to?
I heard that Mickey Mouse is no longer trademarked. There's no way that's true.
I don't think that's right.
What am I thinking of? Maybe I'm thinking
Winnie the Pooh?
Else. No, I don't know.
Winnie the Pooh is public domain now.
I swear it was like Mickey Mouse is public domain, but there's no way that's true.
I have no clue, and I don't want to call the podcast that.
Really?
So please stop asking.
I'd be really good for like internet searches.
Please stop asking.
I have to get into something. I just can't focus on this conversation because I want to get into the thing that I want to do, which is eating candy.
Okay, so you don't want to tell me what you did this week that I don't know about?
I have too many secrets.
I probably know about all of it. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, honestly, it's just sad. The more I thought, because
you text me 400 times a day.
Well, also the second Jordan gets home, Jordan's been around people all day, and I once again have seen no one. And so the second Jordan walks through the door, I am like a mile a minute talking to you.
It really does make me laugh because you do ultimately become your parents no matter who you are, because that is my parents' exact dynamic. My mom works at the ICU. My dad is retired. My dad had to stop driving my mom to work because my mom would get off work and my dad would pick her up and then just be like nonstop talking. And my mom was so tired that now she drives herself home from work just so she can have like a moment of silence.
It goes to the movies.
Despite the fact that they love each other very much and thoroughly enjoy talking. But it's like sometimes...
So you're saying now that's me?
Yeah, you're like my dad.
Wow. And I'm even worse because I don't just talk, I ask questions. Like Jordan will have been talking to people for like 8 hours and I'm literally like, what's your rose and your thorn of the day?
You'll go, what did everyone say about me? That's your big one. What did everyone say about me? I'll get offset. What did everyone say about me? I'm like, we were talking about you.
But sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I talk about you a lot. But
no, but a lot of times she'll be like, well, this person says hi. And I'm like, that is so good to know.
Yeah.
An Australian fan sent us candy. A wonderful Australian fan sent us candy and snacks. I already ate the snacks.
Not all of them.
But a lot of them. Jordan,
I told you had to
me from
wait
breaking into the candy.
Because these look so weird and bizarre. I was like, I feel like you should try these on the main pod.
This is called musk sticks. And these I'm telling you are the exact type of candy
If you're just listening, it looks like a thing you would feed a dog. And a musk stick sounds like something you would use to inseminate a dog. I don't like it. What do they taste like?
I don't know. It honestly is the worst thing I've had.
Really? What flavor is it?
Horrible. Musk is what it feels like.
Ugh.
Want to try?
No. What is it?
It tastes like a candle.
Wow.
To our Australian follower, you know how much I love you and you know how much I've enjoyed the snack so far. That is horrible. It tastes like cigarette smoke?
No, it's very fragrant. It does. It tastes like perfume.
That's horrible.
Are we supposed to eat these?
Jordan.
Is this a candle?
No. Mouth-watering.
Okay, mouth-watering. For one second, I was like, are these like incense sticks?
You want to try one, Blake? Come.
John, you want one? Sure. Come here, everyone.
We've really sold
them. Get on camera. Come try. This is Blake. You've seen him before.
Here you go, John.
This is John. Maybe you've never seen him before. What do you guys think? Eat them. It's nasty. What's wrong with that?
It tastes like soap.
Yeah. John?
Wow.
Yeah, it has the same texture as soap.
Yes.
Really interesting stuff.
Ooh, that was rough. Okay, we're going to try Violet Crumble.
This is going to make a huge mess. The slogan for it is, it shatters.
I'll be really careful.
What is it?
Okay, I'm just going to, it's like a honeycomb thing.
Oh, hell yeah. Give it to me. I love this. This is a food ASMR podcast now.
That is good. It's mixing with the flavor of the musk stick, so that's not great, but that's really good.
Okay, Violet Crumble, 10 out of 10.
Jordan's going to like this one and I'm not. It's cherry ripe is what it's called.
Why would I like it?
Because it's like cherry and chocolate. I hate chocolate fruit, fun fact.
You hate fruit and chocolate. I hate cherries, but I like a maraschino cherry and I love a like cherry cordial, like a chocolate covered cherry. Oh, it has coconut too.
I like coconut.
The cherry's too medicinal in this.
Medicine and soap. Thank you, Australia.
Australia, come on.
Okay, these are our last
sticks are
one.
so crazy. I'm gonna text Tony and Ryan after this and be like, "What is that?"
Was crazy. The fact that it says mouthwatering on it, it also says no artificial flavors in it, which feels unbelievable.
It also
to
says
me.
no artificial colors, and it's the color of a dog's tongue.
Okay, this is the last
Caramello koalas from Cadbury.
Oh, it's from Cadbury.
This is such a treat. Oh my God, they're so cute. It's like melted, so it's kind of scary, but
How is it?
as delicious as you assume it would be.
Wow.
It's taking away all the musk stick.
I love it.
You can't say anything because your mouth's full. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, Australia.
Wow.
Now
Thank
we have
you.
to get on to what the episode really is about.
And truly, thank you so much to that viewer from Australia for sending us this. I'm glad to experience.
If you want to send us anything else, send it to our P.O. box.
Oh, yeah. Not the person from Australia.
I mean, they can if they want to, but in general, if you want to send us anything, send it to our P.O. box. You can get the address to our P.O. box on our Instagram.
All over.
Linktree, YouTube, Patreon, anywhere.
Yeah.
It's
P.O. Box
everywhere.
4037.
4037. Burbank, California.
91503.
There you go. You can get it right here.
All right. Well, thank you so much to that viewer. We absolutely adore you. And we've added some wonderful new things to our set. And we're just so excited. So thank you so much.
Okay, let's get into what this episode is really about. Is love truly blind? And first and foremost, I want to say that I took a survey
Okay.
of our Instagram followers to find out what percentage of them thought love was or was not blind.
Can I guess the percentages?
Sure. I was going to say first, do you want to tell me, do you think love is blind?
You know what I was thinking about it this morning?
What?
I was doing my hair and I couldn't decide. I literally couldn't decide. I feel like I usually am so like, for sure, this is what I think. And I don't feel that way. I'm like, I have no idea.
I agree with you because I think the answer is that love is blind for certain people and love is very much not blind for other people. So I think that people still have looks very centered in their lives in some cases. And I think for those people, looks cannot be blind, or they still have like racism within themselves that maybe they don't think they have.
Well, I'm not even talking about, because I'm just thinking about from my perspective, because I've always been like, love is blind. Because when I look at my, like, if I had a photo of every person I've dated lined up, they would all look, they're all so different.
Yeah, but they're all probably like hot.
To be honest, I mean, I'm not gonna say no, because no, I think hot. It's
But
like,
you were attracted to them at the time.
yeah, I'm trying to think now of every person. I mean, yes, but I think hot feels so like not. Here's what I'll say: they were hot to me.
That's what I mean.
Because I think most of them like would do something I found attractive. Like I feel like, for example, I once asked a girl out my stand-up class, and it's like I think if she just like walked in, I wouldn't be like, let's go on a date, but I like saw how she interacted with people, and then I was kind of charmed by her, and then I asked her on a date.
But it's hard
I think
to
it wasn't
say though, because you're still seeing her.
But I don't think she was. I guess I'm like, I didn't really notice her before I witnessed her personality, and I don't think she's like. And then, like, not her specifically, but other people, it's like, not that their beauty standards are like exactly what society would be like. Yes, that is, they just all looked so different.
Yeah, but you didn't think they were ugly.
No.
That's my point.
Yes. And so what I was going to say is that I think part of me is like, well, love is kind of blind because maybe those people I wouldn't have found attractive, but then I found the personality. I liked their personality. But there are some people then that I was like, well, I would not date that person.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I think that's not love being blind. I think that's just like becoming more attracted to someone as you get to experience their personality more, which I think is probably most people.
Yeah.
But I think that in terms of like love actually being blind, yeah, I do think there's like a sect of people that could really fall in love with someone not knowing what they look like. I don't think that group of people is any of the people they've ever selected for the TV show. Love is Blind. Well, they always pick the most unwell people, obviously, to try to make good television. And I'm just like, why would these people think that this would work for them?
You know, sometimes though, I feel like that group of straight people, and I'm not even going to explain myself because you know what I mean, those types of straight people are more leaning into love is blind than other people. Because I think sometimes I'll meet a straight woman And it feels like the way she's talking about her husband, she's like, well, we both went to the same church and he wanted kids in the next 3 years and he had a stable job and he's absolutely the most vanilla, boring nothingness of a man I've ever seen. And I'm like, oh, like that's kind of Love is Blind.
No, that's not Love is Blind. That's Love is Sad. Love is
Do you
very
think Love is
sad. That's what I was saying. I think it is for a certain sect of people.
Okay.
I think that, you know, with that, it's like, I think that some people still have looks so centered in their life or are racist inside of themselves and they don't realize it. Like you saw that this season on Love is Blind for all of those watching. And hey, some spoilers are coming up if you haven't watched it. Nothing crazy, but just, you know, some mild spoilers. So don't freak out. There was a girl who...
I just picture someone driving.
crashing their car while they're driving. Yeah. There was a girl who was like, I love you no matter what. And a guy who was like really nervous. He was like, and finally he came out with it and he was like, I'm Asian. And she was like, that doesn't matter to me. And then she saw him and she was like, I'm not attracted to him. But it's not because he's Asian. But I was like, I think it probably kind of is.
Do you think? Because I only saw clips of this. Because I also think it's hard because there are people that for me, I've seen back when I was single, I would like be out with friends and there would be a person there that is not anything. If I just saw a photo of them, I would ever think about. Mm-hmm. But then I started to find myself attracted to them versus there are some people that on Hinge or something, I would see them and be like, oh, they're very much attractive to me. And the second I met them, I was like, no. Not happening. Not because of their personality. Their personality was great. It was literally just an intangible. I mean, maybe it was just insecure attachment. I don't know what it was.
But this is what I'll say. That was a vibe, right? I would say less than like looks. That was like vibe. But they already got each other's vibe because they're talking to each other through the wall. And it was like when they reveal him, she immediately is like, like you can like tell. And
that's because he told her.
Well, this is also another thing that's messed up about the show is they try to be very like, let's see if like race and age and really do matter or if love is truly blind. I'm like, all these people get in the pods and immediately are like, haha, so what city did you grow up in? And what neighborhood in that city did you grow up in? And how much money did your parents make? And if I put something on the top shelf of like a set of shelves, could you reach it? And could you like, if I had to pick you up and run out of a building, would I be able to pick you up? I'm like, they're just trying to find out if people are tall or white or fat, like immediately. Yeah. So I'm like, I really wish that they would do the show and actually make them not be able to ask stuff like that, which is hard because there are things that, you know, obviously where you're from can contribute to a lot of things in your life, like the foods you ate growing up and where you lived and things like that. But I wish they could find a way to do it without making it so obvious because love really is not blind. These people always suss out the things they truly want to know.
For you, do you think Love is Blind?
I don't
have a very compelling argument because I'm very attractive.
I know. Well, that's something that's hard is that I guess it would depend on the situation. I think that if I was put into the Love is Blind TV show, this is what we should be going off of. If I was put into the Love is Blind TV show, I think I could fall in love with someone without seeing them if the show was longer. I think it's too short of a period for me, but I think if it was like an elongated version where you really got to know the person, I think that I would be able to find them attractive.
Okay, and be honest. Okay. I'm not going to get my feelings hurt.
Okay.
If we'd met.
You're ugly, is that the question?
If we'd met on the show, do you think you would have picked me? Really think, and this is me at 20 years old when we met.
You were 21 when we met.
21, I'm sorry. 21, I'm 21 years old. You, without seeing me, do you think I would have been the person out of all the people there that you would have picked?
I mean, I have to assume so. I picked you over everyone else on the internet, right?
No, but you saw me. That's my point.
Oh, but I didn't like it. I got to know you virtually, which I think still feels like similar because it's not like we were able to be like, well, we have this like crazy physical connection because we weren't together in real life.
Yeah.
So I just got to know you on the internet. So yes, I did see you physically, but I do think a lot of the elements are the same. So I guess, yes, I do think I would. What about you?
I mean, yeah. I used to say when we first started dating to my roommate at the time, I'd be like, I love Jordan's voice. I love Jordan's voice.
All right.
So I think I would have been into you in the pods.
Wow.
Okay, this is my guess, is that 60% of people, no, I respect our audience so much. This is going to warp it all. I think 38% of people said, I think 37% of people said love is not blind. And I think the rest of people said love is blind.
You're so wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. 87% of people said love is not blind. 13% of people said love is blind.
Wow.
But up until very recently, it was all love is not blind. The people who have said love is blind all came in really recently. So for a while, it was just everyone saying that love is not blind.
Okay.
That's what they said. That's what our fans say.
All right. This is the reality is I have not watched this season of the show and you have. I honestly have hardly watched any of the seasons. It's very similar to Bachelor in Paradise where I watch it while I'm doing, like, if I'm cleaning the house behind Jordan watching it, I kind of watch it.
Yeah.
But you said you were going to guide me a little bit through this season.
Yes. Well, we have some things to talk about from this season and from other seasons. And then also we have questions that I think kind of pertain to Is Love Blind from our listeners and viewers.
Okay, well, maybe this will help me decide because I'm really torn.
Yes. Okay, so first of all, so what are you saying going into this? You're saying you think love is blind.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to say no. Okay. Yes. I think love is blind. I do. I think it is ultimately at the end of the day because I really think I look back at people in my life and not even just people I've dated, people I've had crushes on. I don't think anyone falls in the same category. I don't think anyone I think there's a couple people that don't fit like the specific, like what I just think that I fall in love with like a personality.
Sure.
And then anyone can be attractive to me. So I think that initial pull, like the reason I initially, like I find you very attractive, of course. So it's like that was my initial draw to you because we met on Instagram. Mm-hmm. But people I've met in everyday life where their personality is kind of the first thing I experience, I feel like for me, love is blind.
Okay.
And I think for everyone, love is blind.
You think for everyone, love is blind. You didn't even have to say that.
Because I think once you marry someone, well, not everybody, but I think most people, even if they marry someone for looks, by the time they've been together long enough, the love becomes blind.
I see that. I think that's, to me, a little more like rose-colored glasses a little bit.
That's how I survive, honey.
Kendahl.
That's how I live life.
With me?
What are you? Yeah, rose-colored glasses, just letting it all happen. What do you think? Your final stance before we get into it.
I think love is not blind for everyone.
Okay, so we have two opposing views.
That's what I'll say. I mean, if you had watched this season, you would agree that love is not blind. Because people like this are shallow. People are, that's what I'm saying. People are like weird and shallow and racist. And I think the most upsetting thing about the show Love is Blind is that these people cannot clock that within themselves. So much so that they go on national television to find it out. It's like that literally, if a girl is a size 6, they're like, I don't normally like fat girls, but I guess she's fine. When in the pods, they were like, you are the love of my life. You're going to be the most incredible mother to her children. Like, it's absolutely wild.
Well, I do think there is something, maybe I've said this before, so excuse me if I'm repeating myself, but I do find it, I feel like a couple years back, there was a huge movement of like, make reality TV stars look like everyone else. Like, get regular people on reality TV.
I'm behind this, but you're not. I know.
I kind of am not because I'm like, actually what it feels like is ultimately just like a true ring of hell for people that don't look like models to be absolutely attacked by the internet in a way that is so upsetting. And I've seen so many women go on reality TV shows who are literally like a size 6. And then you see them at the reunion and they've lost
so much weight,
100 pounds and look literally so deeply, I don't know, vacant in their eyes. And I'm like, this show that paid them probably nothing just ruined all of their confidence, all of their life. And it's like, I feel like just usually a kind of a makes people feel worse. Like instead of being like, hey, The Bachelor's for people who look like Victoria's Secret models that don't look like anyone else, then it's like, oh, that girl looks like me, eliminated first. That girl looks like me.
That's the problem is what they always do, and this is what they've always done. They've added one woman who's fat, one woman who's black, whatever. And then it like really like isolates and ostracizes that one person in a way that is so fucked up.
Yeah.
I need a full season. I need like all black Bachelorette season. I need all fat Love is Blind season. Because I think, I agree with what you're saying 100% in the way that they're utilizing things now. But I think if we had a season of Love is Blind where like everybody just happened to be disabled and we didn't like highlight it too much, it wasn't like a weird focus of the show.
Yeah.
But I think it would not feel like that because everybody would, it wouldn't be like all these people who were like, I love going to the gym and all I eat is 100 eggs. And then like one woman who's like, oh, I eat a normal diet because you can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So moving into this season, I do need to first and foremost tell you that there is a man named Mike on this season that is in what he describes as a quote unquote tribe.
I've met this man.
The internet thinks that it is a group called Glowbundance, one of the more embarrassing names I've ever heard. And their Instagram bio is a tribe for healthy, wealthy, generous people who choose to lead epic lives.
Yep. That's what's on Jordan and I's mailbox.
That is so embarrassing. What is it? Oh, excuse me. GoBundance.
It sounds like Go Bunny. That's what they're going to say.
It's so stupid and so embarrassing.
Yeah, I can picture this man very clearly. And he, I'm sure, got engaged.
I'm just like, no, she didn't pick him.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just like, after the Nexium of it all, Keith Raniere's in prison, how are we still like
Well, that's what I feel like when someone
joining
joins a
stuff
new
like that?
MLM. You're like, how? Like, how?
We've seen it.
How can you not see this? Like, how are you? It's always so hard. And now they all start. It used to be like people just didn't know what an MLM is. And now all the MLMs, their big thing at the top of the bios on Instagram is like, not an MLM.
Not an MLM. We're a multi-level marketing scheme. I don't understand. Okay, there's almost no one that I like on this season. There's one woman I like. Her name's Calabria. Calabria Hive Rise Up.
And
she's
you don't
beautiful.
like the person she picked?
This is sad. And this is what's sad about reality TV in general. She is with a man named Edmund. I think Edmund is probably a very nice person. He went through the foster care system. He clearly has like a lot of trauma, is very stunted. It's something they talk about on the show. And Calabria is like a fully formed adult woman. Yeah. So she just kind of ends up like parenting him a little bit, which is so sad. I really do feel for him because he's had it rough and I think he's doing his best and I do think he really cares about her. Yeah. But you just can't always make it work. Yeah. You know?
Oh, that's hard.
But
okay. Are they doing well?
No, she left him at the altar.
Oh, no.
But I think it's for the best. I think it's for the best because she would not have been happy. They were not a good match. I don't think he was shocked, but he was certainly sad. I think he was hoping that it would like go the other way,
well,
which I
probably
get.
It's like hard too because I'm sure he knows. Like I'm sure he's like, this happens every time.
Well,
you know?
And they talk about it extensively. So it's like, it's hard and it's sad, but...
Are they going to date? Are they not allowed to?
They can. A lot of people from other seasons do. They are not going to.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
She was like, that's not going to happen. Sad. I also need reality shows to stop letting alcoholics be on the show. It's too sad. I mean, obviously I can't speak to this because I don't know him personally, but from what I saw, there's a man named Joe. He was with a woman named Madison. She is a size 6. He was like, I'm normally not into big girls, but she seems fine. After meeting her, even though in the pods he was like, she's the love of my life. And then he just drinks so much. He becomes so inebriated so often. He's like not even making sense. It's really sad. But it's such a bummer. Don't show me that. That's a bummer. No. But then separately, she keeps being like, it's just so hard because I just love you so much. I'm like, what do you love about this man? That is something that I feel like you have really given me a lot of clarity on. Like being in a good relationship gives you a lot of clarity on that, in that people really need to take stock of what they love about someone else, because I think sometimes people are just so quick to be like, I love this person because they're feeling a lot of emotions. But I'm like, you need to love something about them because I'm like, just loving them in general is like really, I think maybe not good. And I'll say it, even for family. Yeah. I think if you just generally love someone for no real reason, but they treat you poorly and like you don't really like anything about them or the way that they behave, I think like be careful with that. And I think you see that a lot on these dating shows where they're like, I just love him so much, blah, blah, whatever. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
John, what do you love about your wife? Go.
She's my best friend.
Okay.
Aw.
What do you love about her?
She's very organized.
Okay. One more thing.
She tells me the truth.
Right.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
see, that's
Three
good.
really good things. She's truthful. She's organized. She's a good friend.
What are your favorite things about me? I have
My favorite
to.
things about
you walked right
you?
into it. I have to ask.
My favorite things about you are that you are so positive.
Okay.
Not toxically positive. You're very realistic, but you're just so positive. Like you have such a good perspective on life. So that's definitely one of my favorite things about you, but I also think a wildly unique thing about you that not many people have. You are also extremely funny.
Thanks,
So that's one of my favorite things about you. And you got a big ol' ass.
Come on now.
What about you?
We took a pause really fast. My mouth is so
Are you
dry.
kidding me? Blake, keep that in. Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
Are
My
you
mouth is-
buying time? You can't think of one thing you love about me?
No, it's just my mouth is so dry that I've been wanting to ask you this.
Okay, while we wait, Blake, what's your favorite thing about your husband?
I love that he's so thoughtful
Mm-hmm.
and kind and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know him.
He's all those things. You see how easy that was, Kendahl? Both of them did it.
Is there anything on my teeth?
No! Do the
I have to
thing!
go to the bathroom.
You're so evil. Blake, keep all that in.
My three favorite things about you, it's so easy. You're so funny. You make me laugh harder than any person ever. Truly. Like, not even just like, haha, like, oh, that was a funny joke. Like, literally crying, laughing every single day, I feel like. You said this was weird the other day, but Jordan has such like dark piercing features. Like your dark hair, with your dark eyes, you're just like
I
so
don't have dark eyes.
No, like dark like eyebrows and stuff. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
I'm feeling really bad about this. I'm feeling not good about this. And I'm going to join Go Bundance to recuperate.
Just your dark hair and you wear like black. You're like kind of like alternative. You're
Okay.
like cool. I like that. I like your fashion and like how I don't know, you're just like,
Sure.
I think I used to find you very intimidating when we first started dating and I found that really sexy.
Good.
Now that I know you, not intimidating at all, but still has that intimidating air.
Okay.
And then a third thing, it's hard to pick, but I really like how genuinely supportive you are of every person in your life. Like, not just me, but all your friends. You're like, you know everything that's going on with them. You show up for them. I feel like even people we've met like twice. I'm like, you're going where? I'm like, you're going to their book signing? Have we even met this person? You're just so supportive of everyone and really show up for the people in your life.
That's very sweet. Thank you. I'm glad you could finally think of something. I'm going to look up which Love is Blind couples are still together. Do you remember any of the seasons?
I remember one guy's name was like Bartley or something. And I thought it was the ugliest name I've ever heard in my life.
I think his name was Bartell. Is that it?
Bartell, yeah. No, Brattell. It was like something I was like, that's not a name.
His name is not Brattell. There's no way.
It's like Mattel. I mixed Bratzells and Mattel together.
Yeah, that's not
What was
a
his name?
thing.
Bratley or something? I don't know. It was just horrible. I remember that.
Okay, well, first and foremost, we have Cameron Hamilton and
They are the
Lauren
famous one.
Speed.
I
They're the
know
famous
them.
ones. They're
I
from
know
first
them.
season. We love them. They're actually a good couple. They have their own podcast. We want them to come on this podcast, but they don't live in California. They're beautiful. I think that the first season of any reality show, they seem really genuine compared to following seasons.
Yeah, I know. Well, because I mean, I think it is always just like then you're working with people who want to be influencers, which
Sure.
is so I do feel like needs to be like not allowed on a show. I think in all these shows they just need to do more research because some of the stuff that comes out about these people afterwards, I'm like, how would they could have known that way in advance? Like if this person has 40K followers on Instagram, they shouldn't be allowed to be on the show. I think it gets hard with the political views and stuff because I think like, for example, I've heard there's like a homophobic girl on this season. And I've heard that, and I think people are like, how did they let her on the show? And I think it's hard because I'm like, well, I think a lot of people that watch this show are also homophobic.
yeah.
So I think it's hard because it's like, well, they can't just like go based off, even though
They're
I think that's
simply giving the
wrong.
people what they want.
Yeah, I'm like, I think
Yeah.
a lot of and also sometimes these people match up because I'm like, yeah, those are like, I feel like oftentimes the people that actually work out on these shows sometimes are like a misogynistic man and like a misogynistic woman who are just kind of like, I just want husband to golf and me to go home and have a million babies. And it's like, great, you guys
Sure.
are going to love what's happening in your house, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think people need to be realistic about the fact that you're not going to get like a bunch of leftists on Love is Blind. That's another season they could do. Leftist Love is Blind. Okay, Amber and Barnett.
Barnett!
No. Amber and Matt Barnett, sorry.
But he goes by Barnett.
I don't think so. I think he goes by
No.
Matt. I think
Honey.
you're thinking of another guy.
No, it's Barnett. I remember.
No, but I think
does
you're
he date that
thinking of
woman
another
who's
guy.
absolutely off her rocker? And she keeps being like, "We're having tons of sex."
Maybe.
This is horrible. I watched this like 8 years ago. I feel like I don't
Okay, maybe.
already-
But they're still together. They're having a baby.
What?
They weren't for me, but they clearly still like each other. Then Brennan and Alexa, they're another big one that people really liked. They are still together, have a kid.
Is there a girl named Chelsea?
On the entire series,
Yeah.
I'm sure. On the whole show, definitely.
Is there a girl named Zoe? Let me just
Probably,
guess
yeah. Then there's Zach and Bliss, and this is the couple that they're still together. They have a kid. They seem very happy. I'm shocked. He ended up not picking her. She was one of his like two choices between, it was like a love triangle of like him, her, and then a woman who seemed so unbelievably mean. And he picked the mean woman, and they went to Mexico together, and she was so mean to him. And he was like, I made the wrong choice. And like came back and
Was it in the
like,
show?
Yes. And was like, Bliss, will you give me a second chance? I don't know if I could come back from that. Do you think you could?
Oh, I could, yeah. Because I think it's like, I think that situation is so insane that I would be like, you know, you got some space from this weird pod, like, universe.
Sure.
And after some time thinking,
You have clarity.
and it wasn't like he's like, she was ugly, so now I want to try you.
Sure,
It feels
sure,
like he
sure.
was like, she's a bad person. I made the wrong decision. I feel like that is fine. If they'd been together and then he was like, I want to go see if I have a spark with this other girl and then come back to you, I'd be like, absolutely not. But I think stuff can get so confusing in the pods probably. And also you're like, not just confusing because you can't see them, but you're on a reality TV show in front of cameras. Most of these people have never been on camera before, which I do have a lot of sympathy for. And I especially feel like there's a lot of people who their partners like, you're just so quiet. And I'm like, I think they're just really nervous being on camera. I feel like you're in such a weird space where you're like trying to hyper analyze all these things on camera, surrounded by all these people in such a weird situation. I would just have sympathy and understand that, like, I would be like, I'll give you a chance.
I think that's fair. Maybe you've changed my mind. I do think something people don't realize is that it is a talent to appear effortless on camera. It's actually very effortful to be on camera. Here are two facts about them. Their daughter's name is Galileo.
Nope.
Secondly, they have a podcast together called Blind Love.
Okay.
All right. Okay, then there's Chelsea, and I believe I remember his name being pronounced Kwame.
Yeah.
And not Kwame. I think it's Kwame.
Oh,
and
I bet.
Chelsea.
I see.
He didn't seem like he liked her that much, but they're still together. Shocking. I don't think there's a lot of these couples that are still together.
I
Brett
think
and,
I remember them.
probably.
Okay.
Brett and Tiffany,
Mm-hmm.
really cute, really beautiful, no drama. They were great.
No
There's
drama.
no drama.
Did you ever watch Married at First Sight?
Married at First Sight. No, I've never watched that. You love it though.
Well, I never watched the show. I always watch the first episode over and I like every season I watch the first episode and then I don't watch the rest because I literally do not care if these couples succeed.
Do well. That's like me with The Voice. I only want to watch the chair turns. I don't need to watch the rest of the show.
You don't even watch the singing. You just like when the chairs
I just
spin.
like when the chair. As soon as the chair turns, I turn it off.
Because I just like the watching people get married at first sight is crazy. It's so fun. And like watching their first 24 hours together is fun. And then after that, I'm like, I don't care. But I did watch one full season one time and there was a couple where they both were just clearly so like country boy, country girl, wanted a bunch of kids. And they literally did not have a single fight the entire show. And they're still together. I looked it up recently. And that was like 10 years ago.
Good for them.
Never, not a single
Hey,
fight.
good for them. Okay, there are a couple more couples that are still together, but we have to get into the questions.
Let's go.
One of our fans asked, how do I figure out my type?
Well, I think you just have to follow your gut of who you're attracted to. I mean, I think, once again, I've never figured out a type for myself.
Yeah, you actually don't have to have a type.
You don't
is
really
what
have
I
to
would
have
say.
one. So I think it's more just like, don't limit yourself. And just if you start feeling yourself drawn to someone, be like, oh, okay, I'm drawn to that person.
Yeah, I think just be thoughtful about whether what you're caring about is important or not. Like if you're like, I'm obsessed with eye color, like I think that's weird. Just let go of it. You know what I mean? But there are some people that are like, I'm obsessed with someone having like blue eyes or whatever, like hazel eyes or whatever. It's like, that's weird. Or if you're like, I only like people that are this height. I'm like, I'm sorry, I think that's weird. I understand having a preference with certain things, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm like, really get into things that like matter more. You know me, I've said it on the show before and I'll say it again. I always think it's like, to me, someone's styling says so much more than what they just look like.
Okay.
You can't help what you look like, right? But like you can help whether or not you wear a wicker fedora.
And that's a turn on for you?
Yes. I'm looking for someone wearing a wicker fedora.
Yeah, well, yes, I agree. I think it, like, for me, it's always been more like, I don't know, someone taking care of themselves, which maybe is a similar thing to what you're saying.
Yes, absolutely.
But I don't necessarily care what anyone's wearing. Like, I feel like you're more charmed when people have, like, a really clear aesthetic. I don't really care about that. Like, I dress really basic, I feel like. Like, look at me. I'm going full Utah right now.
I like when people have a sense of style, and I think you have a sense of your own style. I think I like when people have it's not necessarily aesthetic. I like when people have a sense of style that feels genuine to them.
Style.
Yes, you do.
Well, that's sweet. But I guess to me, I'm more like, I don't care what someone's wearing, but that they look like polished and like they, not in a way of, I'm like, they need to be wearing a pencil skirt at every moment.
Sure.
Or at all, honestly. But just like they take care of themselves. They take like, they brush their hair and stuff. That's
yes,
really
I think that the way that someone presents themselves obviously can tell you a lot about what they like. And I just think typically someone wearing flip-flops and a wicker fedora is not, we don't, in my experience, typically have a lot of the same interests.
My dad used to wear a lot of wicker fedoras.
Yeah, and I did not want to have sex with him.
Okay.
Okay. Someone has to be a little toxic for me to find them attractive.
Oh, no.
What do I do? This really feels pertinent to the Love is Blind show.
I think you have to view it as like embarrassing for them. I'm sorry. I think you have to be like, oh, that's really immature. Like you really have to start viewing the word toxic as like immature. The word toxic is like kind of embarrassing.
Cringe.
Not as intelligent. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think it's like, or not as emotionally intelligent at least, or it is intelligent, like has the capacity to, but is not, you know, it's like a lot of people have the intelligence to learn the ABCs, but they could also not if they didn't try. You know what I mean?
I don't understand, but I support you.
Yeah, this is coming from someone who took a long time to learn their ABCs.
Someone who doesn't know their ABCs.
I just say, you know what I mean? View it as like really what it is. It's like
It's
not
embarrassing.
Sexy. It's
I
like,
do agree with that. I think you need to go to therapy because I think that's tied to something else. It's either tied to like you being too into drama, which is not good, or it's tied into like you feeling insecure about yourself, not good, tied into like a mommy or a daddy issue, not great. That clearly is like tied to something. I think you need to figure out what that is. To me, it feels like you don't actually want to have a real relationship. You're really not ready to have a real relationship. And because of that, you're putting this barrier in your way to having true, comfortable happiness, and that is toxicity.
But I know for me, I feel like I used to relate to that, and I would have this hard time because I would be like, I literally just am not attracted to this person that I know is perfect for me, but I'm just not attracted to them because they're not toxic. And that is like hard, even if you logically know it, it's hard to make your brain feel attracted to someone.
Yeah.
And so maybe that was my type. My type was someone who's toxic. But I guess I'm just like, you have to, like, obviously going to therapy is going to help overall, but even just like today, something you can do is like seeing it for what it is, which is embarrassing.
Yeah, I need more. I need you to write back and tell us in what way these people are toxic. This person says, when is it too soon to say I love you? I said it 3 months into knowing each other and 1 week into dating. Very Love is Blind coded.
I think it really doesn't matter. I just think I think it just like doesn't really, I think it's just like, who cares?
I agree with you. I think you should say it when you really mean it.
But I don't even think you'll know. I think you'll think, like, when I said I love you to you for the first time, it's like, oh God, it doesn't even compare to like 3 months later.
But that's different because it'll always be like that for the rest of your life, right? So I think some people get too caught up in being like, do I really, is it really da-da-da, whatever? And it's like too much. But if you know you're not in love with the person, don't say it.
Oh, well, yeah, of
Or
course.
if you're like not really feeling it, but you're like, maybe I'll get there, or you're like, I'm not sure. I think just like wait it out a little bit. But I'm like, you know, if it's 3 months into knowing each other and you're really feeling it, say it.
You know what I love you means to me?
Tell
it's
me.
like, I want this. Like that's the point in a relationship I would say I love you, is when I'm like, oh, I am done seeing where this goes. I'm done like feeling out my feelings for you. Like, I love you to me means like, we're doing this.
I'm in.
I'm all in.
To me, I love you means I genuinely care about you.
In a romantic but that feels wild to me because I feel like you genuinely care about so many, like I just am kind of like,
I love them.
I feel like you genuinely cared about me after our first date. Like if something bad wow.
I cared about you in a normal way. Like I would have been sad or whatever. But I'm talking about when I say I love you, I mean like I really have like deep, genuine care for you. most
Yeah.
of the time would do, not anything, I hate when people say that, but I would do a lot for you, and I'm invested in your well-being.
Yeah.
Versus like if you go on one date with someone and you like them and you're like, and then like what, they get hit by a car, you're like, oh my God, that's awful. But it's not really affecting you that much. You're not whatever. And like, I do have a lot of people that I love, and I do have a lot of people that I genuinely care for. Obviously, then you have in love, and then that's like a whole different
What is that?
thing.
When did you know you were in love with me?
Probably when I picked you up at the airport. Because I just, what?
Really?
Yeah.
That early?
You didn't?
Well, yeah, but
You felt it before. She was obsessed.
What about me at the airport made you feel like you were in love with me?
Well, I think before that I knew that I loved you. It got to a point where I had genuine care for you and concern for you. But then, but
that's where I was really concerned.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I had genuine care and concern for you and your life and your well-being and the things you want and think and whatever. And then when I saw you, I just felt the feeling.
Oh.
And that's in love to me.
I'll never forget that moment.
Me too.
And every time we exit the airport, I like think about it. Because it's like right where we met. Like that's just not many people get to go back to the place they met that often. But anytime we leave the airport, we go there.
That's so true. That's so beautiful. They should put a commemorative bench to us there.
They should. No, if they put a commemorative bench for every lesbian couple that met in that exact spot, there would be no room for baggage claim.
There'd be no planes, only benches.
There'd be no planes, only benches.
All right. Well, Kendahl, do you still feel the same? Do you think love is or is not blind?
What did I
now that we've
initially
come
say?
to the end of this?
I don't remember what my initial stance was.
Kendahl.
I thought love was blind.
You think love is blind, yeah.
I think love is blind.
Wow.
I do. What do you think?
I'm sorry. I know this is not a hard and fast answer, but I think it is blind for some and not blind for others.
Okay, me too.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get a big old kiss after this.
Also, by the way, it's Halloween this week. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Once again, we didn't come up with a costume.
Oh my God, we literally never have a costume.
Never?
We celebrate Halloween all month long in every way possible other than coming up with a costume.
And every single year in December, Jordan and I are like, this next Halloween, it's not a joke. We're getting a costume. We're doing an incredible couples costume. This year, we talked about it when we were in Copenhagen in December. We planned what we were going to do.
I know.
Where's that costume? It doesn't exist.
I know.
I saw a good costume on TikTok the other day. Someone was Kaniki and Rizzo.
I saw that. That's really good. I also saw, Alyssa and Lauren that we're friends with. Yeah. They always have such, this year they're doing Audrey and Audrey too from Little Shop. Like they always have absolutely unbelievable costumes. We're always trying to get on their level and we just simply can't.
Well, I'm not trying to get on their level because they literally, Alyssa makes the costumes, right?
Yeah.
And maybe Lauren does too. But they make the costumes with a sewing machine. They own a sewing machine. What? No way. We're not doing that. But I literally was just like, let's just order them online. It literally doesn't even matter what we are. I don't even care what we are. We just need to have a costume and we don't.
So stay tuned on our Instagrams for what we end up being.
Nothing's happening.
We'll see what we end up doing.
We're not going to be anything. One time, and I'm not doing because the worst decision I ever did every year we have to come up with something last minute. And one time, we ended up being the moon and the sun, and it was so stupid.
I thought it was really cute.
It was
Kendahl was
not.
really rude about it.
So dumb.
I thought you looked so cute, and Kendahl was really rude about it. Anyway, drop in the comments
Jordan was just wearing gray. It was not even. It was not good. It was not good. And then you have to tell everyone. Everyone has to go, "What are you?" And you have to go, "I'm the sun. She's the moon." Like what?
Drop in the comments what you're going to be for Halloween, and don't forget you can join our Patreon where we have exclusive episodes, ad-free episodes, giveaways, a book club, all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah, and in the book club, I'm going to say what I'm reading this month.
Okay.
Well, we read a book this month. No comment yet. You can join the Patreon to find out what I thought about that book. But we're reading Ladies in Hating.
I love that. And my book club is reading 3 Miles Past by Stephen Graham Jones.
What is that about?
It's a horror novella trilogy type situation.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's going to be really awesome.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Trust me. You know why I know love is blind? Because I love every single one of our followers. I guess you maybe don't. I love every single one of our followers, and I have not seen many of your faces, and I have a very deep love. I'm in love with you all.
Fine. Love is blind.
Thank you so much. Have a good week.